The story of the Pinkerton Detective Agency starts with Alan Pinkerton, an immigrant who found opportunity in the post-Second Industrial Revolution America. Loose government regulations on business and a supply of labor gave birth to the mighty titans of industry, such as Carnegie Steel or Standard Oil. Giant trusts lorded over and took advantage of their labor, setting the stage for explosive conflicts. Something the Pinkertons would profit from was strike-breaking.
The Pinkerton National Detective Agency established itself as a premier surveillance and intelligence body during the second half of the 19th century. Founded in 1850 by Scotsman Alan Pinkerton, the Pinkerton Detective Agency was once the largest private law enforcement organization in the world. Today, we're going to take a look at how the Pinkerton Agency laid the foundation for the modern FBI and CIA. By the 1890s, there were more than 2,000 active Pinkertons around the United States, with 30,000 reserve operatives in the wings. For comparison, the U.S. Army of the time had fewer than 30,000 men on active duty. The agency was so large, the state of Ohio banned them, fearing the agency could act as a private army or militia against them. By 1906, there were 20 Pinkerton Agency offices across the United States. Eventually, the Pinkerton Agency's complex methods and systems established the basis for formal government agencies. Organizations like the FBI, the Secret Service, and the CIA took on roles and duties once performed by the Pinkertons, who also functioned as the top information repository in the United States. The creation of the FBI and these other government bodies didn't finish the Pinkertons off, however. They continued to serve as the private investigatory arm of industrialists, bankers, and corporations. Companies increasingly hired the Pinkertons to bust unions, as well as prevent uprisings among laborers. By the 1890s, disputes were so volatile it was practically open warfare between workers and their employers, many of whom recruited the Pinkertons to defend their businesses. In July of 1892, the Carnegie Steel Corporation hired the Pinkertons to break up a strike in Homestead, Pennsylvania. The workers unionized and negotiated a 3-year contract in 1889, but the company endeavored to bust the union and impose new conditions. The head of the plant at Homestead, Henry Frick, shut out the protesting workers from the factory, causing a riot. The company called in a force of 300 Pinkertons to face 10,000 armed strikers. At the end of an all-day exchange, 9 workers and 7 Pinkertons died. The state militia later arrived to settle the entire dispute. After the riot, Pinkerton became a dirty word in many circles. His son, Robert Pinkerton II, then inherited it in 1930. When Robert died in 1967, the family's leadership of the company finally came to an end. Today, a global security firm, Securitas AB of Stockholm, Sweden, owns the Pinkerton Agency.
Do I need to make an appointment? Do I need to make an appointment to have a conversation with you now?
Of course, you have to make an appointment with me.
Yeah, of course not, man. Of course. We're wasting each other's time here. Who do you work for, bro? What security company is it? What, all 3 of you work for the same company? So this isn't a Serco contract? It is Serco, yeah. It is to do with Serco. Of course it's to do with Serco. Who do you think's funding all of this? Who do you think's facilitating it, if it's not Serco? And who owns Serco? Do you know who owns Serco? He just turned around and said I can't film him, and he's gone and got his camera. No.
It's just for his own safety, you know, like...
Come on, man. I'm not a hostile guy. Bro, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that.
He has a right.
No, hang on. He just turned around and told me I'm not allowed to film. So, and then the thing, what's he gone and done next? Gone and grabbed his camera.
Basically, the thing is, let me explain. You can film for your channel whatever you want.
Right.
You're not allowed in the premises to make film because.
I'm not coming in the premises.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I didn't stop you.
But he turned around and said, you're not allowed to film, and it's not allowed. And then the first thing he goes, hang on, but the first thing he goes and does is goes and gets a camera and starts filming me. Do you know how silly that sounds?
Oh,
You can't do it, but I can.
You're Saturday, so that's why.
Pardon?
You're Saturday to film.
Yeah, but you said I'm not allowed.
Yeah.
And then you've gone and got the camera and done exactly the same thing. Okay? Yes. Yes. Listen. Are you the law? Do you think I'm going to listen to you idiots, or do you think I'm going to? Or do you think I'm going to listen to a copper?
You mind your language. You mind your language.
I think you need to understand.
We are very decent with you.
No, you're not being. You're not being.
But you
right,
don't
this
have a
guy
right
comes
to
up
tell
to me.
us what we are.
Listen. Well, you're all talking at the same time. This guy comes out at first, says you're not allowed to film. Okay? Yes, mate, I'm allowed to film. I'm not coming inside, and you knew I wasn't. The next thing, right? So the drone is going above your site. Yes, it is. Right. Am I going to listen to you, or am I going to listen to a man of law?
You think the drone's allowed to go?
The drone is allowed to go above your site.
You can't film from outside. Yeah, it'll film here. It will stand here. Yeah.
Film from here, right?
Yeah.
No, you can't go inside there.
No, it's not going to go inside.
It's not going in the building. It's going over the top. Okay. Aggressive man.
So then,
Getting in my face and that, man. I'll come back here another day and you can get in my face, innit?
Self the property, please.
Huh? This is no. This is public property.
It's home office property.
No, we're paying for it.
Yeah, but you pay for us.
Yeah, I don't care. We're paying for this. We're paying for this. I don't care. We're paying for this. So why is it you're being racist? So because I'm English, I can't come on here.
Oh, don't be fucking stupid.
No, I'm not being stupid.
Fucking stupid.
Because I'm English, I can't come on here.
No one can come off here.
Why? Why?
Why?
Why? You don't have to swear either. That's not very professional to swear.
Stupid, you know,
No, I'm not being stupid. Why is it we're all being drove off of here? Why are we all being drove off of here?
You just want a reaction.
No, I don't. I want to be able to come on the property that I pay for. We all pay for this. We all pay for this. Not them. Not them. They don't pay for it. Are they going to put...
Yeah, just drive on, yeah. This is the Hilton Bronze Grove. Let's have a quick look. So during lockdown, I've been at the channel time and again, trying to explain to people the story of what's going on. In 2018, 300 people came across the channel in inflatable dinghies. Last year the number was nearly 2,000. This year it's over 3,000 already. Bearing in mind more people come in the August-September months when the weather's warmer, the sea's warmer. We're on course this year for something like 7,500 people to come across the channel. I've exposed the fact that despite giving £61 million to the French, that the French Navy actually escort the boats over the channel. I've proved that. It's not disputed. Since I've tried to get the public to understand the problems with this, the fact that over 80% of those that come are young males, generally between sort of 18 and 26 years old. Nearly all of them have no identity papers. They claim to come from Iran, but clearly many now come from Eritrea and goodness knows where else. And a lot of you have been in touch with me to say that all over the country they've seen some strange things happening. They've seen local hotels being filled up with asylum seekers, illegal immigrants, call it what you will. And one of the first places that got in touch with me was a
हिरण्यवर्णां हरिणीं सुवर्णरजतस्रजां चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो म आवह ताम आवह जातवेदो लक्ष्मीमनपगामिनी यस्यां हिरण्यं विन्देयं गामश्वं पुरुषानहम् अश्वपूर्वां रथमध्यां हस्तिनादं प्रबोधिनीं श्रियं देवीमुपम्ह्रये श्रीर्मां देवीर्जुषताम् कां सोऽस्मितां हिरण्यप्राकाराम् आर्द्रां